Hi, girls. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I have my friend Nelle.
Hi.
So, Nelle and I, when did we meet each other, actually? Because I was going to say how we met each other, but I don't even know.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like 2017 or something.
No, because I didn't know you before I had Wasted, which was 2019. Oh, I think that is how I met you.
No.
I think we
met after I graduated. That was 2018.
Right. And I didn't start Wasted till 2019. I think it was at that pool party.
This is why I need Ren here with her memory.
The pool party was that the
That's
first
not the first time we met.
No?
No.
No, you're right because, no. I don't know. Nelle and I have known each other for quite a while now.
True.
Yeah.
How did we meet though?
Damn. Like now it's itching my brain.
Yeah.
Damn. Cause
It probably had to be through Wasted though.
Has to.
Yeah. But how?
How?
Maybe social media.
Yeah, maybe.
Or through somebody else.
I just wonder what's like the first time that we like linked.
Yeah.
And like saw each other in person and like said, hey. Maybe through Ren.
Oh, we did do that shoot for Wasted, but we definitely met way before that actually.
Yeah, way before. We were cool then.
I don't know.
30 so minutes. We met. It's a mystery. But the thing, okay, Nelle and I have a lot of things in common, but I feel like the number one thing that we bond over a lot, and we actually haven't even talked about it too much ourselves, but we know that we like bond over it, is like our love for like self-help and like understanding our brains and like our thought patterns and kind of becoming like a better version of ourselves mentally all the time. And it's funny because I had asked her when she got here today, like I gave her an option between doing the pink philosophy segment or doing the pink flag segment, and she chose the philosophy segment. Well, actually, she flipped a coin.
Well, my gut was telling me.
Yeah.
I just ignored it.
Well, there you go. So it all like worked out. We're doing the pink philosophy segment, and we're actually going to start off with this segment today because it's kind of already including things that we want to talk about, which is like our philosophical views of life and like how to think and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a warm-up, like the appetizer to our combo today. So let's get started. I chose this specific philosophy, philosophical thought, because it was the first philosophical like ideology that I was introduced to in school that really sparked my interest into like philosophy. And so I was like, you know what? This is like a sign, okay, to start off with this one. So this one is by Plato. It's called the Allegory. Is that how you say allegory?
I think so.
What does allegory even mean? I don't know. Very demure. Very cute.
Yes.
All right. It's called Plato's Allegory of the Cave. If anybody knows what allegory means, because we're too lazy to look it up on our smartphones that we have handy, let us know in the comments, okay? All right. So it's a concept devised by the philosopher. And basically, it begins with like, let me read this for real. It says the allegory begins with the prisoners who have lived their entire lives chained inside a cave. Behind the prisoners is a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners are people carrying puppets or other objects. These cast a shadow on the opposite wall. The prisoners watch these shadows, believing this is to be their reality as they've known nothing else. Plato posits... Guys, I'm Cuban. Guys, sorry. What is posits? Like proposes, basically?
Probably.
We're going to start a new segment called What Does This Mean?
That would be fun.
Yeah, at this point we need to. But okay, it says Plato posits that one prisoner could become free. He finally sees the fire and realizes the shadows are fake. This prisoner could escape from the cave and discover there's a whole new world outside that they were previously unaware of. The prisoner would believe the outside world is so much more real than in the cave. He would try and return to free the other prisoners. Upon his return, he is blinded because his eyes are not accustomed to the actual sunlight. The chained prisoners would see this blindness and believe they will be harmed if they try to leave the cave. So I know you're probably like, what the fuck did this bitch say?
Is this movie based on Crudes?
It's not even like a movie.
Is Crudes based on this?
What's Crudes? Is it a movie?
The Crudes, yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's literally cave people.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
Oh, maybe it is.
Maybe.
I don't know. But basically, to summarize that, because I know like sometimes when people read you stuff, it's like, huh? It basically just means like there's these people, they live in a cave, they were staring at the wall their whole lives, seeing like shadows happen in front of them. They think the shadows are like real life, like that's what's going on, like the birds that they're seeing in the shadows, whatever it is that they're seeing, that's real life. When this prisoner sees like the fire and understands that it's just a projection of other things and it's not real life in these walls, he tries to share with the other prisoners. The other prisoners are like, boy, what are you talking about? And it's kind of like just a reflection of to like how we believe that what we see in like our reality is the truth. And then there's like the real truth, something that we can't see, something that's like hidden or that we just don't have enough like brain power to like, I guess, like open or discover or like even think about or, you know, ponder on. And, you know, if somebody does for some reason achieve such high levels of like understanding and they try to explain it to the masses, how the masses will tell them that you are insane and that's not the truth because look at the truth right here. Okay. So yeah, you didn't take philosophy. I took philosophy in college. So I think that's how I didn't know about it until then. But I wanted to ask you, obviously, like, how do you feel about, like, because I feel like it is true, like, you could think about it in so many different ways into, like, how it applies into, like, life now. And, like, how do you feel like it's, like, a representation of, like, how people are still, you know? Because it can apply in so many different ways, like, whether you think about, like, religion or, like, politics or whatever it is. But, like, which one, like, do you feel like, okay, like, this is, like, how I feel, but about this topic, you know?
What? I just need a second. No, because you said to pick like one part. I think it was just the way you worded the question, though.
Yeah. Let's blame it on me. Sure. Let's do that. Okay.
Brain fart.
I'll take it. Basically, okay, for example, for me, I think a lot of it is to do with, like, purpose and, like, what life's about. Like, I feel like, obviously, because, like, the same analogy fits into every category that you can really think of. Like, even if you just think about, like, the overall truth of the universe. Like, we don't really know what it is. We can, like, hypothesize and, like, come up with, like, community work answers and stuff, but we don't really know. And it feels like we almost have, like, I just think this when I was younger, but I feel like, tell me if you think I'm crazy for this. I used to think that, like, our brains had, like, basically, like, a manufactured limit as to how far we can think so that we can enjoy our, like, perspective here. Because if we knew the ultimate truth, then we wouldn't, like, enjoy this version of, like, reality. Kind of how, like, you can make different types of computers. Like, this computer has abilities that our phone doesn't or whatever. And so, like, us as a designer, we chose, like, the capability of thought that it could have and how much power and how much it can go. And then everything outside of that, it's, like, outside of its scope. Like, it can't even do certain things that it wasn't allowed to do when we designed it. And I feel like sometimes, like, if you think about us being designed, like, we have our own mental, like, what would you call it? Like, restrictions or, like, limitations.
Yeah, like the capacity.
Yeah. And so I feel like sometimes, like, okay, what if that was, like, purposely done so that we can only be this version, you know?
Yeah. Well, our brain definitely protects us from a lot of, like, things that we don't want to see, or we'll see it the way that it is, and then we'll literally think, oh, this is not how it is. This is not how I want it to be. And that can go, like, both ways, like, super powerful in using it, like, for good or bad. And I feel like for the cave people, is like, obviously that's all they know. Like, you know, from the moment they were born to the moment that somebody tells them, oh, this is not how your life really is. And it's like, we can't just believe you based off of this. But it's like, they have faith that, like, they trust in those, like, shadows to like be their reality. And I feel like that's the same thing, like, we do, and just on different levels. Like, you know, we limit our, like, trust into, like, different things because of what we know. But obviously, like, we've been raised to just be like accustomed to what it is. Like we go to school and we do this and 9 to 5s, go to school or you won't get a job. Like all these things, you know, and it's like, all right, this is how life is supposed to be. Like I grew up with my parents telling me, oh, go to school. Like just go to school and you'll get a job. Like blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but this is because that's what you know. And that like you're projecting that fear based off of what we just were comfortable with, which is okay. But obviously like we have to branch out and be like, there's so much more. And then like, it's like, what are we trying to protect ourselves from? Like we're so comfortable just in this one thing. Like, and then, you know, that just restricts us from actually living a life and doing the things that we know feels good. Like we know what feels good and what doesn't. So yeah.
It's funny. We'll get into that feels good and not feels good because I didn't really understand that until I started listening to Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks and whatever. We'll talk about that in a second because you guys are like, who? Huh? But it's just like a mental, how would you describe it? Like a mental spiritual guru maybe?
Yeah, like a teacher.
Yeah, a teacher, and we both like watch the same teacher and like whatever. We'll get into that when we get into that. But yeah, when I learned that like Plato's allegory of the cave, I remember thinking like, oh my God, this makes so much sense with like everything in my life. Because I used to always, like I explained, think, okay, like what are the things that I can't think of? And I used to actually like play this game with my mom. I used to tell her like, try to think of something that you've never thought of. And when you play the game, you can only really think of things that stem from something you know. Like you can't create an original idea. Like even if you think of like a unicorn with a dragon tail, like you're still stemming from things that you already know. You can't literally compute like a brand new thought. It's only stemming from things you already know. And so I felt like before I knew this philosophical take, I used to think like what I explained, like how come I can't think past what I know? Like I can only think as far as I know and then that's it. And when I learned that, I remember thinking like, oh my God, everything that I know is like fake. Like I'm a freaking caveman because like, even, you know how like they explain like the models, like I don't really understand it too much, but like the 1D, 2D, we live in like a 3D world and there's like 4D and whatever. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Yeah. Like how many more things like are going on? And like the whole universe is like a whole, I can't even get into that black hole right now because like the batteries will die. But it's like you can't even compute like really what is going on. Like we can only really imagine so far. Like, okay, we know that we're definitely not just like a random thing that happened, but like we have no idea just how purposeful or not purposeful, or how did we end up here, or like what's after this or before this, or did we choose this? You know what I was thinking about? What if we chose like before coming into like our bodies or something? Like what if you chose it like, you know, in Disney, you know the Epcot ride where you like design the car? Yeah. I was thinking like, what if you picked out your own problems and your own body and your own strengths and your own weaknesses, and you come in and you forgot that you chose it, and then you're bitching and you're like, I hate my nose, and then it's like, but you chose that nose.
No, yeah, and I think that's like obviously to each their own beliefs, but like I think that's just how it goes. Like in the spiritual way, is like you've chosen this life, and I think Abraham Hicks talks about it too. Like, you know, you've chosen this, and then you come to Earth, and you're not you're not a human being living a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being living a human experience. Ooh. Yeah, and that's the rabbit hole. Like that's just the life rabbit hole, though. Like all these things literally just tie up into like the icing on the cake. Like
it's like an iceberg. Like you can only see like this much.
Everything is like an iceberg. Like even the ocean, like they only discover like 20% of it. What?
The ocean is literally our own iceberg for real.
That's so creepy.
It is literally so like freaking creepy. Yeah. You know the people who could do like the what are those? What's that called when you can like push stuff away?
Like telekinesis, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Like I always feel like people are like that stuff's not real. I'm like, what if they just unlocked more brain power than you, babe?
Yeah.
Like, and if the brain is a muscle, then maybe they worked it out enough to achieve that level.
Work. Yeah.
They put in that work. Yeah. Like you're sitting at home watching TV, babe. They're in there doing like brain exercises.
Yeah. Our brain is so powerful. And we just underestimate it because we're so comfortable to what we know. We're just stuck in that cave. Like, this is what I know. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to follow.
Yeah.
You say something, and it's like sometimes when people will tell you things, you'll be like, you know, your ego will get in the way. It's like, you think you know, but you don't. And then you'll go home and be like, damn, like he was kind of right. She was kind of right. Like you start thinking about things, and it's like, you know, you got to just let go of that ego a little bit and be like, all right, there is new ways to think of life. There is new ways to see things. Like maybe the guy did see the birds. Maybe he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
I'd be cursing on here. Sometimes I'll be thinking like, damn, will that like my sponsors? I'm like, bitch, what sponsors? Wendy,
you gonna love me how you love me.
Right. Like, babe, when we cross that threshold, we'll cross it. Yeah. For now, I'm gonna curse, baby. My only sponsor is Wasted Apparel, so she lets me curse. You know?
Love her down.
Okay, which, like, you know how you were saying, like, obviously sometimes we are, like, obviously our own, like, we are the cavemen in the cave, and sometimes we are the guy who escaped. Mm-hmm. Which, like, what is something in your own life that you felt like, okay, like, when you got out, you're like, oh, shit, I was being that cave person, when you just kind of realize, like, why was I thinking like this for so long?
Well, honestly, like, these past, like, 2 to 3 years have been just, like, a journey of, like, self-realization and, like, damn, girl, you've been playing the victim. Like, you've been the victim of your own life. Like, you know, things can get better if you just decide that you want them to get better. Like, and so last year was a really hard year on me. So I just had to decide, like, I don't want to live this way anymore. Like, if I can't change my circumstances on the outside, like, whatever it might be, you know, I have to change them inward. And then, yeah, I forgot the question.
And scene.
Yeah. I'm like, well, where am I going with this? Because I could go
to me all the time. Yeah. I'm like, hold up.
I'm like, I could go down like a whole nother like conversation and forget.
You can. Shit, we ain't gonna
like,
find
what
you.
Was the original purpose of this?
The original question was basically like a moment you escaped the cave and realized you were being the caveman.
Oh yeah. So especially after COVID, I like did not want to go out anymore. Like, you know, during COVID, it was so fun. We were partying and all these things. Yeah. And then after COVID, it's like, whoa, like human interaction. Like, I got to go back into this world. So I feel like with that, I developed like a lot more anxiety. And then, yeah, I kind of had to like realize like how much anxiety was stopping me. And yeah, I was like, and it's so funny because I literally made a video about this like in the car. I kind of just like talking about it. But basically I said like I have to like differentiate. Like obviously I don't want to be the victim of my own life. Like if I have the power to change it, I'm going to change it little by little. And so I was like, what is anxiety like trying to teach me? Like, is this fear-based anxiety? Or is it like, oh, it's something new. Like I'm trying something new. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, you know? So obviously like doing this is not fear-based anxiety. Like, you know, it's not scary nerves. It's like, I'm excited to be here. I'm honored. This is something new. Like, you know, I'm even the conversations, like it's, you know, I know that it's fulfilling conversations. So it's like, yeah, just getting out of my own way and being like, I can't just keep myself in a box forever either. Yeah. Like, so yeah, I feel like that's life.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel like for me, that moment where I realized that I was like, well, I've had it a couple times. Yeah. But I guess like my most recent one, the one I could actually pull from, because the other ones I would have to sit here and like ponder for maybe 10, 20 minutes and we don't have this type of time.
Yeah.
It's when through like the Abraham Hicks and guys, I can't. I spoke about this on my episode with Esther, not Esther Hicks, just
go watch that episode.
Yeah, if you want to know what Abraham Hicks and Esther Hicks, like I said, it's just like mindfulness and like teaching you how to like think better and understanding what you already know. So anyways, I'm going to keep saying like Abraham Hicks or whatever to kind of quote who I learned it from. But if you want to know more about it, I did that on the episode with Esther. I don't know what episode that was. Maybe like 6, 7, something like that. So scroll down. But in those teachings, they explain like how to listen to your body's emotions as like your guidance system, because it's what it is. Like your emotions are your guidance system of if you're on the right path or not, or if you're doing things that you like or not. And that's what your sense is, like your feelings are there for. It's like another sense of like knowing, it's like your inner guidance system of like am I going down the right path? And you'll know, like, if you don't like waking up for that 9 to 5, like, that's your body informing you, like, this is not our path. This is not what we're here to do. And it's good that you have those feelings, because if not, then how would you know that you're going down the wrong path? Like, you wouldn't have any type of guidance. So that's like your internal guidance. So once I learned that, I was like, oh shoot, like, it reframed everything that I was doing. And like, that's what kind of like led me to this. I was like, I'm not fulfilled doing like wasted apparel. Like, I like digital marketing. Like, I like the photo shoots. I like the creative direction aspect, which is why I started the brand. But I don't enjoy sewing or like designing. Like, I didn't start it from like a designer POV. I was buying clothes. I just like the photo shoots and the creative and the whatever. And so I was like, this isn't like what I want to do full time. Like, I realized upon further thought it was this. But then even when I did start this, it was like, at first I was doing like all guest episodes, and that didn't feel fulfilling. I was starting to feel like, wait, like, I don't like feeling like I'm interviewing people, or like I'm not getting across the message that I was just having like now I understand how to look at my emotions and decipher like what it's telling me to do and to not do. Versus before, I didn't really know how to understand like where I was in life, or like where I wanted to go, because I didn't know that was like my compass basically for like my life path. And now that I know that that's like my inner compass, I think about how I feel about everything. And I'll sit there and I really just think about my emotions about a certain topic. And I'm like, okay, do I like this? Do I not like this? Like, why? And that's like, ever since I started doing that, I obviously feel so much more like aligned with myself, and like I understand myself so much more, because it's like, and like what you're saying, it's also like a fine balance between like if you have anxiety about something, or like that's not your body necessarily telling you that like that this isn't
it's
good
like a
for
cheat
you.
code. Like, you have to like actually be willing to like sit and listen to like what your body's telling you, and then like dive deeper into that and be like, all right, like, what is this trying to tell me about this? Like, you know, am I sad because of somebody got my order wrong, or am I sad because like something is coming up, like, you know, from whatever. We just got to ask ourselves the questions, and then be willing to figure it out. What
was you like, do you remember, like, I don't know, what was like kind of like your push or your introduction into like self-development, or was it just like so far back blended with life that you can't recall that moment?
Well, I was raised as a Christian in church and stuff, and like I would say like I would always like kind of question things, and I would always like question like, why do I have to follow like a man? But it still like feels like I'm connected to something, you know? And then so growing up or whatever, just left that part. But then I met my now boyfriend. And when we first got together, like, well, he was going through his whole life journey, and he hit rock bottom, and from there is like, you know, he has no choice but to like help others. It's like, I help myself, so I gotta share this with the world. And from there, like, we just watch videos and like listen to people. He started listening to Edgar Casey and a lot of like his teachings and stuff, and so we would just like do a lot of that and meditate, do like tai chi and like yoga and workouts and stuff, breathing. And then the more that he learns about it is like the more that like obviously he teaches me, and then I'm like, okay, like shoot. And I mean, we've been together for about 5 years now, so it's like obviously I've learned so much from him, and he just keeps me on my toes. Like, it's like whenever I need a reminder, I'm like, okay, like, thank you for this reminder. Like, you're reminding me of what I already know, but like, you know, it's just like literally reminding, like, and so obviously with that relationship, it's been like a blessing to be able to like continue in that journey, because it's very difficult, like when you don't have somebody by your side always reminding you. Like, I'll be like, bro, like, thank you, but you don't need to be like saying all this to me right now. Let me be in my feelings. But like, at the end of the day, like, there's just so much to be grateful for, because like, wow, you have all this patience and like this grace and love and compassion for me, and like, holy crap, I have no choice but to like give that to myself and give that to other people as well during this journey.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful, like learning so much every single day. Like the conversations that we have, you know, are so fulfilling. And it's like, I want to bring that to all my friends, to all my loved ones, like little by little.
Yeah.
It does start within ourselves.
Amos is somebody who I remembered him from school. We all went to the same school, but I didn't know you guys at the time. And Amos, we hung out one time because he was going to do a photo shoot for Wasted, actually. And I think I don't know if that was my first time meeting. I don't remember. But he was the first person that I knew in person to say something so like profound, and I'll never forget it. I always talk about it to whoever, and it wasn't even that profound. Yeah. When I tell you, you're gonna be like, bitch, that's what was profound. But like, I had never heard somebody say that stuff in person. Like, we were all stuck in traffic, like trying to go. We went to Goodwill trying to find stuff and props for a photo shoot. And then we encountered traffic, which isn't everyone's favorite thing. You know, it's not, you know, in the list of like, I love traffic. And by nature, I wouldn't say I'm the most patient person. And I was complaining about the traffic. And Amos was like, we were all pissed. Like, it was like 4 girls, or I don't know. It was me, Ashley, I think Adam. I don't know. I don't even remember at this point. Everybody was pissed about this traffic. And Amos was just like, it's all good. And I know you guys, first of all, I want to have Amos on the podcast one day because you guys need to meet Amos the same way like you're meeting now. Like, you guys are both so amazing. But Amos like says these things while he's smiling, and it just feels like he just feels like so truthful and like happy all the time. He was like, it's all good. He was like, you're where you're supposed to be. You're not late. You're always on time. You're exactly where you need to be. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm exactly where I am. I was like, in my head, like, that sounds cool as fuck.
He's onto
like,
something.
That was fire. But this is like before I had done any type of like inner organ. I had always loved like philosophical thoughts, even from like a younger age, or like I would be reading like Buddhism books and stuff like that. But I never really like started doing that type of work into even way after that. Like, it's not even like that started it, but it like stuck in my brain. Yeah. And then when I started eventually learning that stuff, I always remember like that he had said that, because he was just such a in the moment, patient, happy person. And I'm like, who's happy during traffic? Like, I get it, but like, be for real. Yeah. And it is crazy. And it's crazy that you guys are together. I feel like relationships either do that, like that you help each other, like water each other. Like, sometimes like it's like the opposite of that. Yeah. But I remember when the first time we had talked about being on the podcast, I actually wanted to talk to you about like relationships, because you have been in a long-term relationship, obviously. I am also a fellow relationship girly.
Like, a wife.
Yeah, she's a wife. And so I am familiar with like long-term relationships and stuff like that. But I've also like been in a version where like I felt like I wasn't like growing as much, or like mentally, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, obviously who you're with, like what you're saying, like Amos is doing self-work, you're doing self-work, so you guys are like giving it to each other. You're like swapping like enlightenment in a sense, and like all these good things. And if another couple is not doing that, like obviously you're feeding off of that type of energy. And I remember one of the things I want to talk to you about was like, if you ever felt like, okay, I don't know how to word this, but sometimes I feel like obviously we have our own perception of ourselves, and we're so used to like a very habitual, like what we know about ourselves, and also other people know these things about ourselves, right? Like our friends know us for who we are, our family, who we're with. And so like if you picked up and you moved away to like a completely different city, and like people didn't know you, you'll be able to like start almost like a new version of you. And I feel like obviously being in a relationship holds you to who you are more than anybody else, because you're with you're with your partner most of the time. Like, yeah, you're with your friends here and there, and you see your family here and there. Maybe you live with family, maybe you don't. But even then, like who you're with, like your partner, somebody you spend like 90% of your time with. And so I felt like, do you sometimes feel like it's harder? And I know maybe it's an interesting question because but like you have been with Amos for quite enough time that maybe it's hard to know the other side of the coin. Like, do you think it's easier to grow like with someone, or like by yourself? You know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel like it's not easier, but it's more like beneficial in a way. more effective, I don't know, to like grow with somebody because, you know, they're able to keep you on your toes. You guys are able to hold each other accountable. Like he says, like, oh, if I'm giving you 80%, like give me 20%, or if I can't give you this, like you give me the other half, you know. And it's like you have to be willing. That's like been like my theme this past couple months is like you have to be willing in everything. And even like in friendships, you know, like me and my best friend, like it's like a relationship without the relationship aspects, like, you know. And yeah, she pours into me and I pour into her, and from there we just grow and grow. And it's like it's so much easier to have people like that are just willing to be that person for you when you can't be that for yourself, willing to remind you of these things. And like, you know, even if you're not the best person in those moments, like they still love you. And that's like unconditional love. It's like that's what we all need. And I feel like nowadays the word like love is so like loaded, but it's not like unconditional love. It's like, oh, it's conditional love. Like it's, oh, you did me wrong. Like, forget about you. You can't do something the way I like it. Like, forget about you. I've told you this 5 times. Like, you're deaded. Like, you know? And it's like we don't have like the patience and the grace and like the compassion to extend it to other people. And it's like just basically just because of the things that we don't like, oh, whatever affected me, you know, like. So yeah, to the question, I definitely feel like it's easier to like have somebody in your life and yeah, just keep you on your toes, and that helps extend that to other people.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I felt like obviously it also depends if you're surrounded by like people who are also on the path of like bettering themselves and like who care about themselves, because sometimes like people don't even care to like do any self-work or
and
reflect.
That goes into like the when you know better, you do better, because like if you know that the things that you're doing with those friends don't make you feel good, like you have to set your boundaries. You have to like know, okay, this isn't what I want anymore. Like I have love for you guys, but we're obviously on 2 different journeys, and that's okay. Like I feel like a lot of times we keep friendships because of like just because they're there, like we've had them for so long, blah blah blah, all these things. But it's like if you're not providing the things that I need, and that's okay to like admit that you need things, like admit like, yeah, you know, this is my friendship expectations, like okay, and you make those things clear. And if they can't provide those things, if they can't like remind you of these things and like show up for you in the ways that you need, then it's like, okay, sorry, but we're growing apart. And that's okay. A lot of people nowadays, they're in it to just be in it, you know. They're not really in it genuinely, purely.
I feel like the whole thing about the friends is so true. I know I definitely have friendships that are hard to just be like, hey dude, like, but I think instead of saying hey dude, people just naturally like stop texting each other as much, and you just kind of let it like fade away, because it's like so awkward. Like, what are you supposed to be like, hey bro, like this is like not even feeling this anymore. Like
like if it's somebody that you want in your life, then you have those conversations, like, you know, like no matter what. Like that's something that like I still struggle with, is like having conversations like that, because I mean it's just hard to have conversations like that with people. You don't know how they're gonna react or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, you know that you said it, and then it's like it's all about to each his own, like, you know, like how is that person gonna feel? Are they gonna take it with them? Like if you don't tell them, are you gonna like be like, damn, I should have told that person I don't want to be their friend or whatever? But it depends on like, I guess, the dynamic of the friendship and stuff. Like some people do just grow apart.
Would you rather like text somebody your feelings or tell them in person? I'm more of like a texter, I'm not gonna lie. Like I will I love writing a long letter.
Girl, I used to. I could write. But now I feel like I feel very misunderstood. So, I feel like these past couple months, like, I've definitely, like, been noticing a lot of, like, changes within myself and stuff. And I would definitely, like, want to have a conversation in person just to, like, get straight to the point. Like, you know, don't take things the way that you want to take them. Like, take it how it is, how I'm saying it. But not really how I'm saying it, because maybe the tone might come off wrong and shit. Like, hold up. But, you know, it's, like, the principle, I guess.
That's actually why I like writing it, because I feel like when I write it and I read it back, I can like erase what didn't need to be said.
But that's good that you can do that, because some people will just talk out their emotions. Like, you know, there's so many times I've done that, like, and I'll just regret it and I'll be like, oh, fuck, whatever. But now I'd rather just speak in person, or I'll be like, ask my boyfriend, I'll be like, hey, blah, blah, is this okay? And he'll be like, I would leave that out. And I'll be like, you know what, but I do want to throw some sass in there, so I'll leave this in and I'll take this out. Like, let's not be too nice now.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, I hate getting like cut off in the middle of like saying how I feel, or somebody be like, I didn't say it like that, or that's not what it's like, shut up. So then I feel like I am so tempted to like if I feel disrespected in the middle of telling somebody something, then it's harder for me to like maintain my poise. Yeah. So it's like almost easier for me to like write out the whole essay, send it over, let you read it, let you reply. And I feel like I'm pretty good at like communicating my tone with my words when I'm writing them too. Yeah. Like I feel like I could add the emotion that I want to like be like perceived from that person. But then I feel like when I'm saying it out loud, one, it's hard to like control the sass sometimes. Two, I don't want you to interrupt me and then the sass pours out of me. And then three, I always feel like I'm going to forget to say something that I really wanted to say. Like I don't want to miss a point. And then I think back and I'm like, oh, I should have told him this. And it's like,
that be happening to me in text messages though.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Oh no, I take my time.
I used to like,
I sit there with that essay. I read it a couple times.
I feel like I used to just text out of my emotions, you know, like, let me get this message off real quick. Like, because I'm just in my feelings. Like, so I just wanted to respond fast. But now I realize it's important to take time.
Oh, yeah. No, I wait till I'm calm and then I compose the message, because if I'm in the middle of the
that's why I'd rather talk in person, I guess, now, even if it's like difficult, because like, there's just so much that we say out of our emotions that aren't even like true, you know, like,
yeah.
So
I'm trying to get better at talking in person, because like my boyfriend would rather talk through our feelings, obviously out loud too. Yeah. But I'm more of like a writer, you know. I'd rather
I used to be like that so bad, like, really? But now I'm like, I'm growing up a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Wait,
how old are you now?
24.
Okay, so we're the same age. I feel like it is like approaching that frontal lobe cortex.
When is your birthday? The 16th?
Sunday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Bring in the strippers.
You bring them in. No, I literally was thinking about maybe doing an episode for my birthday with my mom and like asking her to tell like my birth story and like whatever.
You totally should.
Tell about people how amazing I am and how perfect. What's your favorite thing about me?
Yeah,
you know, just so make it all about me.
Yeah, post it. Literally.
Yeah, I think I might have to because it's my birthday.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
it's done.
Doing it. Yep. But yeah, it's on Sunday, and I'll be turning 25.
You're growing up.
Oh my god, it's so like nasty.
That's crazy.
So close to 30, and then I still feel like I'm figuring everything out. So it's like.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm almost 25. Girl.
You're doing good.
Well, let me not be. Let me channel some good vibes. Okay, I
step back and appreciate this.
Yes, you know what? We are on the right path. Yes, sure are. It's just like, you know, life just feels like it's going by so fast. But you know what I've been doing recently, honestly, and I feel like this is such a interesting thing to talk to you about because I haven't done it until literally recently. But you know how everyone talks about like be present and like whatever. But I have really been trying not just to be present, like, okay, be positive, be present, be grateful. No, like literally not talk about things that are happening even like in a couple of days. Like we have plans for my birthday and we're moving out of here next month and stuff like that. So like we have a lot of things coming up.
Where are you moving to?
Moving to a house. I know. It's so exciting.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let me and Amos know if you guys need help moving.
Oh, yes. I'll let you know.
We are the friend movers.
Really?
We're helping everybody.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah. You guys definitely need to come and then I'll like cook us all something after a long day of boxes and moving.
Right. No pizza.
Right. Fuck.
Make us a Wendy meal.
Oh my god.
Some quesadillas.
Not the quesadillas.
Please.
Oh my god. The fucking quesadillas have made me break out so bad after.
Why?
Oh
what
my
did you
God.
put in them?
They literally made me break out because I told you, like, the reason why I can't eat these things is because of, like,
Oh, yeah.
but that whole endometriosis thing is kind of like just stemmed from like hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalances are caused by why you eat.
Too.
That too. I was thinking about that.
It wasn't me.
I think it was just a combination. But honestly, anytime that I eat anything bad, I break out like 2-3 days after. Especially now because I eat the same and so clean all the time.
Yeah, your body's just following a routine.
That as soon as I like boop, wow. So.
Wow.
I'm so freaking mad. It was like I still had like the scar still like kind of going away. It was there for so many days. I was like, this bitch really wanted to make quesadillas. Why would I do quesadillas when you know you can't have cheese? But now I'm like, we literally have been planning for like 2 weeks, like what bad foods I'm gonna eat out around my birthday, and like dividing them into days so it's not like a horrible day full of bad stuff. That's how serious it is
so
because
funny.
we seriously get like ill. I remember when the Super Bowl happened, which was like, what, a couple months ago? Whenever that was. Months ago.
Yeah. Like in February or something?
Something
March?
like that. We hadn't had anything bad in a while still. And we were like, you know what? YOLO, we eat so good. We deserve a little bad. It's the Super Bowl. So we had Domino's pizza and wings. And he literally woke up middle of the night throwing up. And we felt like poo-poo for like 2 days. Like, we just felt groggy and foggy and like...
Especially that fast food.
Yeah. So it's almost like we have to plan like a recovery day for like eating something
Your hangover
bad.
day.
Yeah, it's literally a food hangover. I swear to God, like we'll wake up with like a headache and stuff. Like it's
crazy.
Horrible. It's like what the how does this happen?
Yeah, you need to placebo affect your body.
I know.
You'd be like, you know what? I can't eat this without breaking out.
I don't know because I don't know. Before I ever changed what I was eating, I always had the same like hormonal acne. I didn't know that's what it was, but I always had pimples on my forehead since I can remember, since like high school. And when I had changed my diet for endometriosis, it all went away magically. And I was like, holy freak. Like, is this what people were talking about?
That's gut health.
Right.
Our gut health equals all health.
And I was like, no freaking way. Like, all these years of me trying so many things.
So many products.
Get
and all
the
these
fuck
things.
out of here.
And it's literally just fixing within.
Literally. And so... I don't know. And oh my, have you ever seen like people talk about Chinese medicine and like your tongue? Have you ever looked at that stuff?
Yeah.
Mine always had like the ridges on the side, which says like if when you look it up in their medicine, it says like that it's your body inflamed and that your tongue gets swollen. And so it's pushing up against your teeth. And that's the ridges that you see is like that it doesn't fit in your tongue, basically. I mean, that it doesn't fit in your mouth. And now I literally track my tongue. Like I literally wake up, I look at it, and when I eat something that I know is kind of bad, I'll look at it a couple hours later or the next day, and it's huge. And when I'm eating good, it's fun. It's perfectly smooth, no curves. The other day, what did I eat? I think I like, ate potatoes, which are not bad, but I ate them super late, and then I went to sleep, which you're not really supposed to do. Obviously, you're supposed to at least like let your body digest. Your body
doesn't sleep.
Exactly. And I woke up and that shit was like wavy like the ocean. I was like, no freaking way. So I literally track it.
Like you're able to track all those things. Like you could probably use like natural birth control and be able to track that shit, you know, to your temperature and shit.
That's what I look right there. Look, what's that book right there at the top? Yeah. That's what taught me about that.
But don't you have the thing?
I got nothing.
Oh.
Maybe I'm free.
There's a free.
I haven't had anything in what, like 2.5 years or something like that. A while. Just
God.
Yeah. Tracking, Jesus, prayers.
That's so cool. I wish I could track my period, but I don't think I have patience for that. Actually, my period is very, very irregular. And then if I take a Plan B, girl, more irregular.
That always like
that's
hits
like
it.
So annoying.
The times I've had that little emergency, it definitely takes a while for your body to re-regulate.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah. But tracking your period is so fun, though, because, you know, like, I don't remember which episode I was talking, probably all of them. I talk about my period all the time. I love bleeding. But because I like tracking my period, I can always track, like, fun stuff to do. So like if I'm planning a party or vacay, I plan it around like ovulation. Yeah. So that I'm like blindly confident and insanely happy and just like on top of the world.
That's so cool.
Because if I plan a vacay and I'm PMSing, how sad.
That's cool. Like you track your fate, like luteal phase or whatever. Girl, you on point.
Girl,
you a woman.
I be giving him warnings. I send out emails. Hey, it's begun. Bust out the patience packet, please.
That's good. He knows too. Keep him on his toes.
Yeah. And sometimes he'll like genuinely asking me like, "Are you PMSing?" And I'm like,
"Let me
What's
check."
Today? I'm like, "Yes, I am." You got it. You're right.
That's so funny.
Yep. I think I started my luteal like yesterday, and I definitely. He calls it my Lucifer.
He's so silly.
Yeah, he calls it my Lucifer stage. And I definitely felt the mood switch. Like, it's like when you actually know what's happening. Like, obviously there might be some placebo, but even like when you naturally forget, like I didn't remember yesterday, like it's starting today. I used to write it down on my calendar, but now I just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And yesterday I felt like so impatient. Like he'll say something, I'm like, bruh. And same thing today. And then I like checked my calendar today. I was like, oh, that's why he's pissing me off. He didn't do anything different. I'm just insane.
So good. Yeah. And that helps like not like allow yourself to like lose your mind. 'Cause, you know, I'll be having like that 1 week or those couple days out of the month where I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I am so sad. Like, I'm just like, wow.
Yes.
And that's very annoying.
No, I literally, well, like I have started, and I told Ashley too, I'm like, when I know it's my luteal phase, I tell myself, don't philosophize about anything in your life. Like I start thinking, do I even want to do a podcast? Like, do I even like this? Do I even want to be known? Like everything feels like no, like nothing makes sense in life. Everything's upside down. And so I have started to like ignore any thoughts. Like anytime I'm like, I know I'm in my luteal, I like remind myself, hey, this is not the time to think about anything in life. Let's not make any decisions. Let's not think about anything.
That's good.
Let's let the days pass, okay? We'll start over in a couple days, buddy.
Yeah, moment by moment.
Yeah, because you really go insane and they don't understand.
They don't.
But
well, they try.
When you regulate like what you're eating and your hormones and stuff, I have had a couple, like the months that I have not broken a rule and like not had a cheat day or nothing, the months that I have been like cookie cutter clean, I have had basically no PMS, like just smooth sailing, no cramps,
That's
nothing.
So good.
And then when I break the rules a little, I could feel like the hormonal things happen.
And we know better, we do better.
Do we? She's literally planning. I was sitting there today.
Planning her birthday.
We were literally like, should we have? And we're like deliberating. Like we have a list of things that I want to eat. Like I want sprinkles, and I get like a free popcorn and like Coca-Cola Icy.
Do you like getting like? You gotta go clean. You know, like you want sprinkles, get clean. Like organic sprinkles.
No, not sprinkles. Like,
like you want some sprinkles for your birthday?
No, like the one from. Have you ever seen the cupcake store at Disney Springs? There's a cupcake store.
Oh, maybe
the one that has like the ATM.
Yeah, where you pick up. Yeah.
Yes, sprinkles.
Oh, you want cupcakes?
I want a cupcake from there, and they have ice cream too. So I like to get a cupcake and a little ball of ice cream.
Healthy cupcakes.
When I make my own healthy, what bitch? The fact is not what's all in it. It's like that. It's all sugar. Even when I make it at my home, it's 100%
Well, you can't
sugar.
eat cupcakes then.
I want a cupcake. It's my birthday. So we've been literally plotting. Like I wanted to have Wingstop. I've never had Wingstop. They just opened one right there. I want to have Wingstop. I want to have a cupcake. I want to have real movie theater popcorn because I eat the healthy one. I want the real nasty buttery one.
Buttery, yeah.
Yeah, with the Coca-Cola Icy.
You should just do all this and then like book a facial.
It's not even that. It's like the fact that when I do all these things and my period comes around, then I'm like literally disabled for like 2-3 days of pain. Like it's like the worst period ever.
You should do like a detox. Maybe that will help.
Detox like how?
I don't know. Because I mean, obviously, like all that junk food is like bringing in like junk into your body. So like that's just gonna sit there and it's gonna like try to come out through your acne and like those different like cramps and like stuff like that. So maybe if you like do a detox right after, maybe like a fruit fast for a day or like something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, I saw the video earlier, this video, and she was eating like a papaya bowl mixed with like some other stuff. And she was like, oh, I eat this every day for my granola. For my parasites to get out of
for
me.
my granola craving.
Yeah. I'm like, she puts granola in there or something. Yeah.
Them healthy snacks be hitting. Whoever be saying they don't, they do. But the bad ones hit even more. That's the sad part. They really do.
One time I was eating Funyuns on shrooms. It was disgusting.
Really?
It tastes like paper. I was like, but I couldn't stop eating them. I'm like, I really want Funyuns right now. So I was just eating them. That shit was nasty.
I was thinking about doing some shrooms too for my birthday, but then I also feel like I need a recovery day from that too. Because
it depends on how much. Like,
I wanted a trip. A little. You know, I told you, I mean, I've been smooth sailing, boring Sally.
Like a gram or something. 1.5.
Yeah, maybe. YOLO.
Maybe
I need to start off slower.
It's your half mark.
Of what? My quarter life birthday?
Yeah.
My quarter birthday?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a quarter.
I'm like half. Half to like 40.
Half to half, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a quarter way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's insane.
That's
Being
funny.
25 is like, when my sister was 25, I was like, you nasty old bitch. You're old. You're a grandma. And now I'm like, hold up. I'm a baby.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oof.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
But I feel the difference now. Like, I didn't understand, like, why moms and stuff are the way that they are and they dress the way they dress. Like, now I'm like, I'm trying to go to the Springs for my birthday, too. And I was thinking, like, I don't want to wear micro. I'm like, what are you talking about? You created micros. Those are your children. Funny. But now I feel like out of place.
Make micro shorts, you know?
Ooh. Maybe I'll rock them for my birthday.
That'd be cute as hell.
Yeah. Micro shorts.
Yeah.
Okay. Creative director. Yeah. Designer.
Yeah.
No, I'm literally going to make some for my birthday then.
Nice.
Yeah. I need to try it out. Because now I'm just like a little wussy. I want to like dress like a mommy. And I'm like, hold up. You're going to have a long time to do that. Slow down.
True that.
But it's just like the urges in the air. You know?
I mean, you have your days, you know?
I know.
Some days you got to pop out though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you seen like under consumption TikTok?
I watch cooking and baking videos. I just found this new girl yesterday. She's a private chef in the Hamptons.
Oh.
She's so cool because she like cleans. She cooks clean.
Oh.
And the family that she cooks for is like no scraps thrown away. So like they reuse like the leftovers and stuff. Well, she reuses the leftovers. Yeah. And yeah, I was just like, that's so cool. And she like makes meals with like veggies and like, you know, she's cool. Oh. I just found her yesterday. Hey. And I do have like the baby section, you know. Been watching some baby videos. Lately, it's been a little bit of a crime on my TikTok feed. Like,
I always skip past that stuff.
Bro, I'd be interested sometimes. Like,
I want to know. Or sometimes it'd be like tea. Like, you know.
It might should be crazy. It'd be like the news. I'd be having to skip though because I watch like one video and be like, holy crap, did I just watch like 3 minutes of this? Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to know this stuff. Like sometimes it would be even anything. Like sometimes I get like sad videos on my TikTok. Like a mom talking about like her dead baby or something super sad. And I'm like, when I figure out that it's going to be a sad video, I used to watch it. Like, what is it? Yeah. And now I like, as soon as I know it's going to be something sad, I just scroll past it. I'm like, why would you consume something sad on purpose?
When you know better, you do better.
Yeah. But sometimes I still want to watch
what are we feeding? Like, and like, I'll try to like be like, all right, I've been on TikTok for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like get off. Yeah. Because if not, we don't whole rabbit hole. At least they have the stem.
The what?
The stem link. The stem. You don't the stem?
Stem?
Yeah, like for you, your followers, and then the
stem. I know we're going that.
Oh. That's the smart people side of TikTok.
Oopsie. Sorry.
Yeah. When I'm feeling a little TikTok brain damage, I'll go to the stem and be like, all right, maybe 1 or 2 videos will
undo what I just did. Yeah. That's smart. I'd never go on there. Anytime that it goes on there by mistake, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Get me out of here. Where are the stupid cat videos?
That's so funny.
Get get me.
Stupid cat videos.
Yeah, it took me to the
Those
good
are
stuff.
so cute.
Oh my god, I love the cat videos. I
I'll
saved them
never
all.
skip.
And like I save them all, and then I sit him down. Like I have videos to show you. Sit down, and then I watch them all again with him.
That's beautiful.
I don't send them to him because I want to watch him
Exactly,
with him.
I used to send my boyfriend so many videos.
They don't open
like,
it.
no.
They don't open
We're
it.
like, now you're definitely gonna watch it. You're
Yeah.
not gonna watch it because it's 50 plus videos that
Sit
you have to
here.
watch. Yeah,
Sit here. We're watching this.
that's so funny.
That's what I do. I just heart them all, and then I'm like, I do like a weekly sit down, and then we go
That's
through.
cute.
Yeah, because
I
if
like
not, he won't open them. Or he'll watch like the first 10 seconds. I'm like, did you see the end? And he's like, you freaking liar.
Did you see the end?
He sends me like reels though. I like to show him like TikToks.
Yeah.
He's like a real guy.
I guess that's just guys.
Yours is a real guy too.
Yep.
Get off of Instagram, weirdos.
But not even like stupid reels all the time. It's like,
It's good stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like, why are you sending like the fact that you're sending it through Instagram? It feels like a Facebook message almost. Like
yeah. I'll view this
grow
in
up.
3 days.
Yeah, no facts. No, honestly, hold up. I have to. This is so sad. I don't even open his reels. Like, let's see.
That is so funny.
Okay, he sent me stuff a day. I haven't even opened it. Let's see. Oh, I sent him some stuff. Oopsies. Oh, don't know what that's about. Okay, I'm also guilty. Clearly, like he sends me pregnant stuff, baby stuff. I haven't even hearted it
Oh,
because
he's
I
on your
haven't even
ass.
seen it.
He said baby stuff.
All he sends me is baby stuff. His whole feed is baby stuff too.
Wants a family.
Yeah, he's fertile and ready. Are you guys fertile and ready, or are you like
Hell no.
no? You chilling?
Yeah.
When
It's
will
a
you
must.
ideally in your brain want to have kids?
Honestly, like 28, 29.
How many kids do you want to have?
I used to want 3. I think I would be good with 2.
You
Or
have
4.
like a preference, like
even numbers.
oh yeah, I want 4.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Because it has to be
ooh.
even.
But I do want to adopt. Sorry, microphone. I do want to adopt one, a
Aw.
child, but I know that the process is like really hard. It's like very lengthy and
Yeah.
stuff. But Angelina Jolie did it.
She got that coin.
She got that,
and
yeah,
that
she got the
patience.
money.
Yeah.
But yeah, with God's will.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2 and an adopted child, or 3 and an adopted child,
Okay.
or like 3 to 5 cats.
All right.
Cat
Okay.
mom,
Easy trade off.
or I'll keep the strays and I'll take care of the strays, and then I'll keep like 2 cats.
Okay. So F the babies.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That took a turn of events.
Or yeah.
Or 5 dogs, 2 cats.
Yeah.
Or a lizard, a pet rabbit.
I've always wanted a monkey.
Really? You
Yeah.
give like monkey mom.
Thank you.
You look like you would have a monkey.
And a raccoon.
I see that. You know, you look like you like animals. Like I could see you with like a little farm.
Thanks.
Are you more like a farm girl or a city? I'm a city girl. But I think when I get older, I would want like something slower.
Same. Definitely like I'm a middleman.
Mm.
Yeah.
Not too farmy, not too city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Honestly, I would rather, like, if I had to pick an extreme, actually, I don't even know. But, like, New York City sounds like a nightmare to me. Like, to live in there forever.
I would pick island life. Yeah.
Island life for sure. That's the winner.
Because the country, you know, the mountains, that's cool and all, but I be getting lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I be wanting to yap.
Yeah. I don't know how I would do, like, being a farm girl for real. Maybe, like, a farm that has, like, other farms, like, right next to it. Like, a bunch of little farms. But then even that's, like, too close of a
That's like
community.
stinky.
Yeah, it is. Pigs stink a lot. My parents have
Yeah.
pigs, and it's, like, nasty. It smells like poop all the time.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not delish. Mm-mm.
I
don't know if I
can't even think of what animals I would want to have.
Like
Maybe
a
a
cow.
llama.
Okay. Exotic ting, eh?
A sheep.
All right. She said a peacock. Like, goddamn.
He said a cow.
Regular animals. I'm like, chicken, cow. She's like, a giraffe would be nice. And a monkey. All right. Zoo lady.
Think big.
Oh, wait. How do you feel about zoos? Or, like, aquariums?
Ugh. Me and Ryan were just talking about that.
Really?
And it's like, when we weren't talking about it, we were just like, damn. We want to go to like a zoo and an aquarium, but it's like, damn. Like,
Mhm.
free the fish, bro. Free the tigers. Like,
I think they should all be freaking abolished.
it's just crazy.
The freak.
It's like, why?
It's
like,
so sad.
If they're healthy, let them go.
Yeah, no. I think they should be illegal. I wish they were illegal. Or I think at the most...
A circus, oh my God.
Circuses should literally be, like, boycotted.
They should be burnt to the ground without the animals inside.
Yeah, take them and burn them. No, I feel like at least at the bare minimum, like, it should be like those zoos where, like, they're free and you're the one, like, in the cage driving through to see them.
Exactly.
Like, that's, like, the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm. And even then, that's, like, still putting, like... It's like, you know, colonizer. Like, bro, why are you putting this all up in my land right now?
Right. I think they should be illegal. But
yeah,
it's not going to become illegal just because we wish. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's wish hard enough.
Yeah.
I wish. I wish. I'm at the gym. Like, right? I wish.
With your AirPods in.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's
Other
horrible.
people would take along with that. They'll be like, damn, I do wish that too.
No, but I feel like there's a lot of people who don't give a F.
No. It's like SeaWorld. I love SeaWorld, but
I hate SeaWorld.
I love SeaWorld because, like, I guess I just grew up there.
Yeah.
And it was just, like, fun, the memories. I like the rides. But then everything else is like, damn.
It's so sad.
How can I support this?
Did you ever watch, what is it called? Blackfish?
No.
Oh. Then you would have never went to SeaWorld again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what did it for me. And they lie. They say, like, for example, I don't remember what age expectancy they give, like, but, like, whatever age expectancy they put on, like, you know, the information about, like, each animal is a lie. Like, it's all, like, usually way longer, but that's how long they survive, like, in there, and they be trying to cap. They're like, oh, and like, we help them, like, live longer. Cap.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. It's all lies. I hate it.
And just keep them there, and then obviously after a certain amount of years, like, they're not gonna know how to, like, act in the wild again.
Yeah, hell no.
So, like, what the hell? You should have let them out soon.
Should have never took them.
Right. And if they're sick, bro, okay, you help them and that's it.
That shit is cap. Y'all not, like, rescuing these freaking whales because they're sick. How would you even know they're sick if you, like, without rescuing them? You freaking goofies. What you got?
An echo underwater x-ray.
Yeah, like, what the heck?
How did you figure this out?
Freaking liars. All right, we're going to leave it at the liars, okay?
Fuck SeaWorld.
Fuck SeaWorld. Fuck all of them, honestly. Yeah. Well, Animal Kingdom is kind of cute, but fuck them too. You know, just because we have to be fair. We can't be hypocritical. But
zoos, circus, aquariums. Count your days.
Count your days. We're wishing hard.
I wish.
I wish upon a star.
Yeah, I know you do it.
We're going to go to the gym. We're going to wish really hard. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for talking about the most random stuff ever. I don't even know how we ended up on. I told you this was going to happen. We ended up talking about SeaWorld somehow.
And that's the end of the conversation.
And the lies. Yep.
Because don't play with the earth.
Don't play with her. Oh my God, an Earth episode. I don't even want to get that on this pod. I would cry. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not going to do that to myself.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you girls for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all next Wednesday on my birthday episode.
Happy birthday!
Okay, bye.